Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to math video class. Today we are going to start our new chapter number 4, basic geometrical ideas. This is part 1 video. First, you should know what is meant by geometry. Geometry is the branch of mathematics. Math deals with different type of numbers, right? Like natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, etc. Like that, geometry deals with figures, points, line segments, lines, rays and solids. Solids means two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional shapes. Now we are going to discuss some basic geometrical shapes. Now let's start with points. Points means nothing but it's a small dots. For representing dots, you can use any capital letters of English alphabets. From A to Z, you can use any alphabets. Next, in this figure, how many small dots are there? 3 dots are there, right? These 3 dots are called points. These points will be read as point A, point B and point C. Where we will use points? Do you have any guess? Yes. We will use points for determining a particular location or particular things, etc. Next topic is line segment. Line segment is nothing but it's the shortest distance between 2 points. Let's see now. Line segment has a definite length. You can measure the length of the line segment. The next point is it has 2 endpoints. Okay, look at this diagram. Here you are having 3 points, right? A, B and C. A and B is a one line segment. Like that, A and C is another line segment. AB, if you consider as a line segment, you are having 2 endpoints, right? A and B, the 2 points are called endpoints of the line segment. So, can you measure the length of the line segment? It is possible? Yes, it is possible because line segment has 2 endpoints, right? Using scale, you can measure the length of the line segment. For example, now I am going to measure the length of the line segment AB. Using scale means, for example, it is 4 centimeter. I can measure the length of the line segment, right? Yes. Like that, A and C is another line segment. It has 2 endpoints, A and C. Now, let's see how you will denote line segment. Here you are having 2 line segments, right? A, B is one line segment. So, now I am going to write AB. If you written AB means A is your starting point and B is your ending point. Or you can write as BA. If you start with B means B is your starting point and A is your ending point. Like that, AC. If you have written AC means A is my starting point, C is ending point. Or CA. C is your starting point, A is your ending point. So, line segment has 2 endpoints. We can define the length of the line segment. Next topic is line. Line does not have endpoints, so we can't measure the length of line. Line does not have a definite length, so you can't measure the length of line. Next, it does not have 2 endpoints. It's not having starting point and ending point. So, you can't measure the length of line. Consider this diagram here. If you consider as A and B means it's a line segment. You can't measure the length, right? Line means, imagine that the line segment AB, right, is extended beyond A in one direction and B in another direction without any end. Line can be illustrated by drawing arrows at the end. How you will denote line? AB. For line segment AB, you draw one horizontal line, right? For representing line, you have to draw one horizontal line and two ends you have to draw the arrow marks. That arrow mark will represent you can't measure the length of the line and the line does not have any starting point or any ending point. Let's see, it's one line, right? Line means you have to draw arrow mark at the both end because it does not have any starting point and ending point. The line will continuously keep on going on both directions. Now A is one point on line L, like that. B is another point on line L. Point C, point D, like that, and so on I can draw. So a line contains a countless number of points, but line does not have any starting point or any ending point. So you can't measure the length of line. Next topic is intersecting lines. Already we have studied about line. Line does not have any end points, so you can't measure the length of line, right? So now what is meant by intersecting lines? If two lines intersect at one point, then their lines are called intersecting lines. Look at this diagram. Two lines L1 and L2 pass through one point P, right? We can say the lines L1 and L2 intersect at point P. If two lines have one common point, then the lines are called intersecting lines. Next concept is parallel lines. What is meant by parallel lines? The lines in the same plane that do not intersect or cross each other, which means the lines do not intersect. Look at this diagram. In here you are having two lines, right? The two lines will intersect anywhere? No. The two lines does not intersect anywhere. So these kind of lines are called parallel lines. How will you denote line? Here you are having two lines, right? First AB. How you will denote line? If you draw one horizontal line alone means it's represent line segment. Line does not have starting and ending point, right? So you should draw arrow mark at both end of the line. So AB, this represent line. Next CD, right? So CD have to draw two arrow marks at the end. So CD. Now AB is one line and CD is one line. Now we are going to denote parallel lines. So AB is one line, CD is one line. For representing parallel, you have to draw two vertical lines. The two vertical lines are represent, the two lines are in parallel. Did you see any parallel lines around you? Can you say any example for parallel lines? Yes, railway track is the example of parallel lines. The two tracks will not intersect or cross each other, right? So, railway track is a real-time example of parallel lines. Next topic is ray. Ray is a part of a line. So you can't define the length of the ray. And next, ray has only one point called starting point or initial point or beginning point. It has only one point, right? So you can't measure the length of the ray. Look at this diagram. AB is one line segment, right? Like that, AB, one side they draw an arrow, which means A is your starting point and does not have end points. So how you will denote ray? AB, and you should draw one horizontal line. One side alone you should draw arrow mark because ray having starting point does not have end point. Are you clear? Okay, so ray having only one point called starting point. it has only starting point, does not have end point, right? So you can't measure the length of ray. Sun rays is the real time example of rays. Next one is concurrent lines. If three or more lines passing through the same point, then the lines are called concurrent lines. Look at this diagram. Here you are having four lines, right? Line P, line Q, line R and line S. These four lines are passing through point A. So these four lines are called concurrent lines. Next topic is collinear points. If three or more points lie on the same line, then the points are called collinear points. See this example. Here you are having one line. It has 4 points, right? Point S, point T, point U and point V. These four lines lie on the same line, right? So these 4 points are called collinear points. Next, non-collinear, which means if two lines lie on the same line, then the points are called non-collinear points. Look at this line. Here you are having only 2 points, right? Point A and point B. So these 2 points are called non-collinear points. Are you clear? Collinear points means 3 or more points lie on the same line. Like that, non-collinear point means if two points lie on the same line, then the points are called non-collinear points. We have completed the definition part. Now we are going to solve some sums based on the definitions. Name all the line segment. Look at this diagram. Here you are having how many line segments? First of all, what is meant by line segment? Line segment has 2 points. We can measure the length of the line segment, right? Here, now I am going to write A, E is one line segment. How we will denote line segment? You should draw one horizontal line alone. Next, B and F is one line segment. Next, C and G is one line segment. That's it. Only having 3 line segment? No. We are having E and F is a one line segment. Like that. F and G is another line segment. And E and G is one line segment. So total you are having 6 line segments in this diagram. Now can you write answer? Yes. A, E is one line segment. Next, B and F is one line segment. C and G is one line segment. E and F. Next, F and G. Next, E and G. These are all 6 line segments. Next, identify parallel line segment. What is mean by parallel lines? The two lines does not intersect or cross, right? Then the lines are called parallel lines. Now we are going to name the parallel line segments. So B and C is one line segment. It's having end point. B is 1 point and C is 1 point. BC is one line segment. Like that, D and E is one line segment. Yeah, having 2 line segments. Now we are going to write parallel line segment. So BC is one line segment and DE is one line segment. Parallel means how you will denote parallel lines? You should draw 2 vertical lines. So BC line segment parallel with DE line segment. Next, name the parallel lines. Look at this diagram. This diagram having how many sides? 6 sides. So this is a hexagon. Now we are going to write the parallel lines. 6 sides you are having. So you are having 3 pair of parallel lines. First, TU is parallel to QR and next one P and T, that line segment is parallel to R and S line segment. Next, PQ is parallel to US line segment. For denoting parallel line, you should draw two vertical lines. Next, they have given diagram. From this diagram, you have to find 4 line segments, 4 rays and 2 non-intersecting line segments. 4 line segments. Line segments means you should have 2 endpoints, right? So, these are all the 4 line segments. You are having many 4 line segments, but they asked 4 only, so you should write any 4 line segments. Next is ray. Ray means it's having starting point but does not have end point, right? Yes. These are all the 4 rays. For denoting ray, you should draw arrow mark, don't forget. And next, 2 non-intersecting line segments. So, non-intersecting means does not cross itself, right? These are all the 2 pairs of non-intersecting line segments. BC and AD is one pair. Like that, PS and RQ is another pair of lines, non-intersecting line segments. That's it, students. We completed our today's session. I hope you understood the today's concept. After completing your classwork, take photo and send to edistar.6@gmail.com. Thank you, students.